Welcome once again to Royce Mandigo Arena. This is the first game of what we call the Founders Cup. At the end of the year, the 6 Mite house teams play each other off. It's a double elimination tournament. We've had pretty much a different winner every year with different sponsors getting their names mentioned down here. This is the first game of the tournament between the yellow team and the black team. The black team is sponsored by Doug's Auto. That's Doug Predum here in town. And the yellow team is sponsored by Sam Frank. We thank both the sponsors. And we'll pick up the individual players and some of the coaches and assistant coaches as time goes along here. We're just kind of in the pregame warm-ups here as everyone is headed out on the ice. It might give us a good chance to kind of introduce everybody on the teams. I see that TJ Moran, probably the star of the Rutland High School Red Raiders this year, the first line center, is going to be our ref for this game. Again, we're at the Mite house level, so these teams don't do any traveling during the year. They play all their games right down at Royce Mandigo Arena. It's an interdivisional type thing where they play each other as the season goes along, and then they have this tournament at the very end of the year. It's a double elimination, so even if you lose once, it doesn't matter much. You just drop into a loser's bracket and continue playing. A real nice way to set up the tournament for the end of the year. We'll have to get who the individual players and, most importantly, who the goalies are. We'll kind of zoom down in there. I've got number 2 for the black team is Josh Provost, and Josh was the goalie the last time I was out. And let's see if I can line up the yellow goalie. I don't see him on the ice yet. A short break here before we get started. We need to get the clock set up and a couple of other things organized, so I'll go through the individual team members. Again, the yellow team sponsored by Sam Frank. The head coach is Jim Pryor. The 2 assistant coaches are Don Trenton and Neil Jordan. And the individual players for the yellow team, number 13, Mike Biasuzzi. Number 3, Robert Sharnock. Number 10, Johnny Grassi. Number 4 is Brooke Jordan, that's Neil's son. Number 1, Tom Callan. Number 11 is Chris Luris, and number 15 is Justin Luris. Number 7, Ryan Miller. Number 5 is Christopher Pryor, that's the head coach Jim's son. Number 2 is Kyle Russo. Number 6, Mark Seeger. We'll recognize Mark as he'll have a fluorescent orange stripe down his helmet. Number 12 is Corey Trenton. And that's Don's son. He's just heading out on the ice right now. In fact, Corey might be our goalie. I'll have to check on that. And number 9 is Greg Washburn. And we have a checking of the goalie right down there as he crashes the ice. So Corey's going to be our goalie. That'll be an easy way to remember him, number 12. I'll mark that down on my little list here. And we'll pick up the black team down here. Head coach Randy Smith. Randy's out there in the blue jeans and the dark brown jacket. And he has 2 assistant coaches, Mike Lawrence and Mark Provost. For the black team, again, they're sponsored by Doug's Auto. Doug's sponsored several teams down here over the years. Number 4, Ben Babbitt. Number 5, Lance Carty. Number 14, Brendan Collins. That's Tim's son. Number 9 is Mike Gould. Number 11, Matt Hill. Number 12, Alex Kelly. Number 15, his sister, Eliza Kelly. She's my personal favorite on this team. Number 13 is Justin Lawrence. That's Mike's son, younger son. Actually, his older son, Brent, is also down here filming. Number 8 is Jamie Maravelli. Number 2 is our goalie, Josh Provost. That's Mark's son, one of the assistant coaches. Number 7, Chris Robinson. Number 1, Adam Sobel, and number 10, Greg Wenta. We'll pick up the coaches if we can. We'll zoom in just for a second down here. Mike Lawrence is on our left, and Randy Smith is on our right, the 2 coaches. As they're saying, what are we doing down here? It's freezing cold. I think it's about 10 below 0 outside, and the wind is blowing. First snowstorm of the real snowstorm of the year we just had over the weekend, so it looks like Vermont out there, and I think we're off and cruising. Again, we'll get Josh, the back of Josh Provost in goal. Josh, I filmed him a couple of times so far, and I know Josh does a great job in goal. And we got Peter Kelly, is Alex and Eliza's dad, down there, offering his pearls of wisdom. Peter's one of the stockbrokers here in town, and he runs the Tuesday night men's league, so Peter's an avid hockey fanatic, you might say. Randy's been involved for quite some time down here as coach at the mite level, and Mike Lawrence, again, has two sons in the program. Brent's up at the squirt level, and his younger son Justin's one of the best players on the black team. Okay. We'll zoom in while we're introducing people. TJ Moran, again, is one of the players for the a senior at Rutland High School and the first line center for the Red Raiders, and he's talking with Matt Seeger. Matt, despite his height, is probably the most aggressive player at the Pee Wee level down there. He's got two younger brothers, Mike and Mark. Mike is on the Mike travel team, and Mark will be playing here today as one of the on the yellow team. Chit-chatting probably about their dates for tonight or something. And we'll zoom down in and pick up the individual of the coaches. Don Treadton's with his back to us there. And again, with the yellow team, we've got the head coach is Jim Pryor. Jim's not out there at the moment, and the assistant coach, Neil Jordan. Corey Treadton's is in the goal, is number 12. And we'll go through their lineup one more time while we're killing off a little time here to give me a chance to introduce myself to the players also. Mike Biasuzi's number 13. Robert Sharnick's number 3. Johnny Grassie's number 10. Brooke Jordan's number 4. Thomas Callan, number 1. Chris Luris, number 11. His brother Justin Luris is number 15. And again, it's their I think it's their uncle actually that sponsors the team down here. The Luris family's been involved with hockey for quite a while, and their cousin is on the Mite travel team this year. In fact, he's the goalie for them. Ryan Miller, getting back to this team, is number 7. In fact, Ryan's heading in, open net. Ryan shoots and he scores. Chris Pryor is number 5, Christopher Pryor. Kyle Rousseau is number 2. Mark Seeger, again, is the third of a 3-brother family, and then they did get Michelle, one daughter in the family there also. Corey Treadton's number 12 in goal, and Greg Washburn is number 9. We'll have to pick up the positions and whatever as the game goes along, but we're still trying to line up a clock, and if we can get into the concession, we'll be all set. Otherwise, we're going to take a momentary break here before we get underway. First game of the Founders Cup. It was named after the 3 individuals that founded RAHA 21 years ago. Maybe it's 22 years by now. I've lost count. In fact, some of them have gone pretty much full cycle. 2 of them are down here quite often. Interesting story, the 3 original founders, one of them, Chris Weber, who was not married and did everything as a single individual, now is married, has 2 sons, both actively involved in the program. One who's going to be on one of the teams we'll be picking up here during the course of the Founders Cup is at the Mite House League, and then his older son, Chris, is actually up at the Pee Wee level, plays on the same team with Matt Seeger we had out there. So Chris Weber is now back in the program. He and Coco, his wife, are very actively involved. Down here a lot with both boys. Peter is the younger son and Chris the older son. Well, we got the clocks lit up here, and we're just killing off a little time. Brendan Collins, number 14 down there, until we can actually get the clock running, and we should be underway in just a second. Tapping the puck, and we're underway. Brendan Collins coming down in, number 14, shot it, sitting out in front. Nice save by the yellow goalie down there, Corey Treadton. But Brendan Collins had a breakaway. We'll pick up the individual players as they're hustling back down. For the yellow team, number 11, shot down through, save coming the other way. Both Josh Provost for the black team and Corey Treadton coming up with big saves down there. Real nice job. Again, we'll get the individual players. Maybe it's easier with the black because their backs to us. Number 14 we know is Brendan Collins. Number 12 for the black team is Alex Kelly. Brendan coming down in, loses the puck, gets it back, another shot, another save by Corey down in there. Number 6 back on defense We've also got number 12 I mentioned is Alex Kelly. Number 11 out there is Matt Hill. Coming out the other direction, number 13 for the yellow team on this line, Mike Biasuzi. Number 4, Brooke Jordan. Number 11 yellow team is Chris Luris. His younger brother will be on the next line out there. Number 2 is Kyle Russo. We got a breakaway yellow team bringing it down in. Sam Frank shot down in. Save comes up big one more time. And we just are about to have the buzzer down here. We'll be running in 2-minute shifts. We play 3 10-minute periods at the Mite House level, and every 2 minutes we'll shift teams down there. Chris Luris back on defense, number 11. Kyle Russo, number 2, is the right wing. Center, number 4, Brooke Jordan. Brooke wins the face-off, comes down in. The shot that came down in was from number 13, Mike Biasuzi. Good solid shot down in. But once again, Josh Provost came up with 2 big saves for the black team, and Corey Treadson point-blank shot by Brendan Collins saved the other way. So both goalies off to hot starts here. No score after the first 2-minute shift, and we'll change up lines. What the coaches usually try to do at the Mite House level is have the older, more experienced skaters come out on their first line, and then the younger ones on the second. I see Liza Kelly is, although she's lined up the wrong direction, she's got the right idea. So Liza is going to be centering the second line for the black team, and matched up against her is the infamous Mark Seeger coming the other way for the yellow team. Left wing for the black team, number 7 is Chris Robinson. Back on defense, we've got number 4 is Ben Babbitt. And in the red helmet, number 1, Adam Sobel. Matt Seeger with it. Or Matt, I say, Mark Seeger with it. I'll get the 3 of them confused all day long here. Nice save in at the point there. Number 3, Robert Sharnick. Robbie doing a nice job out there. Number 15 we also have out there is Justin Luris. Number 1 with his back to us, Thomas Callan. Breakaway coming the other way. Chris Robinson, number 7. Chris on the breakaway coming all the way down in. Shoots. Nice save by Corey in goal. Chris bounces right back up. The puck is sitting out there loose. Centering pass and broken up at the last minute by number 15, Justin Luris, saving on that. Corey Treadson, another save as Chris Robinson had a breakaway coming down in. A couple of real nice shifts. Again, Liza Kelly out there coming the other direction. Got Mark Seeger, number 6, and defending against him, Ben Babbitt, number 4, also out there. Number 8 for the black team is Jamie Maravelli. Jamie scored a goal the last time I was covering a game. Tom Callan comes back. Tom picks up the puck along the near boards here. Centering pass, excellent job. All the way out, Jamie's going to hustle to the far side along with Mark. 6:34 left. First period, no score on some super saves. Chris Robinson, Chris breakaway coming down in, but good defensive effort by Tom Callan. Breaks up. We also have out there number 10 for the yellow team. 2 go down hard. They're looking for a tripping call as number 3, Robert Sharnick, went down hard. Breakaway. Chris loses the puck at the blue line. Dumps it down in. Liza's out there. Jamie Maravelli. Number 1's Adam Sobel. And back defensively for the black team, number 4, Ben Babbitt. And kept in at the last minute with 6 minutes left. We'll have a change of lines and we get the older guys back out on the on their shift now. Right wing for the yellow team is going to be number 9, that's Greg Washburn. Looks like number 4 is at center is Brooke Jordan. Back on defense, number 11 is Chris Luris. Our other defenseman is lined up a long ways over there. He's playing kind of a deep safety position. Number 13, Mike Biasuzi. Brendan, good defensive play. Brendan Collins out there along with number 11 at center, Matt Hill. Matt does a great job. I picked him up a couple times before. Brendan skating, ridden off the puck by number 2 is Kyle Russo. Kyle out there, Brendan looking for the wraparound. Again, number 11 is Matt Hill. Back on defense, we've got a number out there I haven't picked up. Plus number 12 is Alex Kelly. Alex back on defense. Mini breakaway, no more of a solid breakaway coming down in. Good defensive play Kyle Russo bounces right back up again, though. Kyle, number 2, had that for a moment. Number 9, Greg Washburn with it, trying to get it in. Brooke had it for a second. Brooke Jordan battling along the boards there. Mike Biasuzi with it. Mike back up again. Greg's got it. Drops back to the point. Kyle Russo's going to have to hustle as he's being chased down by Collins, and we're going to have an offsides coming up as soon as number 6 touches it. And we'll have a face-off back outside the yellow zone as the black team was offside on that. I don't have who number 6 is on my roster here, so we'll have to pick that up a little later and tack it onto our list here. Face-off outside. Just a little reminder what offsides is. Basically, the black team who's going from our right to our left, the blue line we see there, the puck has got to go across that blue line before any of the black players can cross it. That blue line is it's the defensive zone for the yellow team, and the offensive zone for the black team is it's the attacking zone where the black brings it down in to shoot on the yellow goalie. But the puck has to go across the blue line before any of the black players can. Otherwise, you've got what's called an offsides if they touch the puck. And it's not a penalty. It just results in a face-off of these red dots that we see out here. Brendan Collins with it again, back on defense. Alex Kelly, number 12. Alex does a nice job. Got a mini breakaway coming back the other way. Hustle all the way down in. Could be a shot. Diving save by the defenseman, number 6. But a centering pass comes right back out the other way. And with that, a change of lines with 4 minutes left. Good hustle on that, but an excellent rush up ice. Brooke Jordan, number 4, the center for the yellow team, had a super shift out there with a couple of breakaways heading up ice. Enough to keep the pressure on. We still have no score. 4 minutes left in the first period. Black team, we got Liza Kelly lined up against Mark Seeger down there. Chris Robinson, number 7, is the left wing for the black team. The right wing is number 9, Mike Gould, back on defense. Number 1 I see out there is Adam Sobel in the red helmet, and number 4 is Ben Babbitt. Ben and Adam do a real nice job defensively. Coming the other direction, number 10 for the yellow team, Johnny Grassie's out there, along with number 1, Tom Callan. We got an offside as soon as they touch the puck. And the yellow team is still controlling. Until the black team controls and touches the puck, there really is no offsides. But finally, TJ had his hand up in the air. The call for offsides is just a hand straight up in the air, and theoretically the kids are supposed to look over and see if they're offsides. But I think at this level, their whole focal point, their whole world exists in about 2 feet around them, looking down at the puck. So none of them looked up to see what TJ's motion was on that. Number 1, Tom Callan, doing a real nice job out there as on defense. We've got Mark Seeger in its center. Number 15 I mentioned also is out there is Justin Luris. Slap shot up ice, Adam Sobel. Adam gets it back to Ben. Ben Babbitt dumps it down in the zone. Chris Robinson on a chase. But the first one to it is Justin Luris. Sends it up ice. Seeger, it's a breakaway. They're coming down in. And they're going to call icing. No, they wave it off as the goalie came out to play it. First one back on it, number 9. Mike Gould. Mike sends it up along the boards. Tries a centering pass, gets in. Tom Callan, shot down through just wide by Seeger. Adam Sobel sends it off the boards. Good defensive play by Adam. Number 7 hustles over for the yellow team, and we got a major crash. No call on that. It wasn't an intentional trip. Number 7 is Ryan Miller that's out there. Backhand. Ryan Miller, Tom Callan, number 1. Adam Sobel's going to have to hustle back. 2:26 left, still no score. Slapped by Adam. Can't control the puck. Justin Luris with it. Justin, number 15 for the yellow team. Gets around behind, tries to get a centering pass off if he can. He's being harassed along the boards here by Chris Robinson. Chris tries a breakaway. Little pushing and shoving, but Justin ends up with the puck. Seeger with it. Only 1 second left on the shift. And before Mark can come up with it, we've got a change of lines, and we'll have a face-off, probably down in the zone down here. No, actually coming back to center ice, a little bit easier on that. 2 minutes left. Super first period here. between the black team, sponsored by Doug's Auto, that's head coach Randy Smith, and the yellow team, sponsored by Sam Frank, head coach Jim Pryor. See, Brendan Collins, number 14, is left wing for the black team. At center, number 11, Matt Hill. Back on defense, we've got number 6. Again, I don't have a number on that right there. And we've got an offsides coming up on the black team. Again, what happened there basically is as they were trying to time it coming in, Justin Lawrence, number 13, the right wing, got in just ahead of the puck, causing an offsides for the black team. Coming back the other direction, number 9, the right wing for the yellow team, is Greg Washburn. Back on defense, we've got Kyle Russo, number 10. I see Christopher Pryor, number 2, is out there. Chris brings it all the way down in the zone. Chris still controlling, comes back up to the point. Kept in by Kyle Russo. Kyle doing a super job. Also, number 11, Chris Luris out there. Cranking around Brendan. Dumps the pass into the center, tries to get it up. Kept in by Chris Luris. Chris, another backhand down in. Bounces right back. Kyle goes down hard as he's spun around by Matt Hill. Greg Washburn with the puck. Greg sends it up. They clear. Looks like it could be a breakaway coming down in. Once again, shot down through. Off the post on that. As Brooke Jordan gets another one off. And they crash into the net and knock it off of its mooring down there. And TJ correctly blows the whistle. The face-off will be down in the black zone, but he needs to reset the net there as they crashed in afterwards. Brooke Jordan has had 3 breakaways on the last 2 shifts. That one, you can hear it ding off the post. Actually, Josh Provost didn't give him much of a net to shoot at there. Back up to the points. Shot down in by Chris Luris, excuse me. Back up, number 11 is Chris. And back to pick it up defensively, Kyle Russo along with Greg Washburn. Nice job defensively. Brendan Collins coming down in for the black team. Justin Luris. Justin dumps it down in. That's Justin's number 13. Comes back up. Matt Hill, number 11. The two 11s are out there. Chris Luris for the yellow team. Matt Hill for the black team. Diving save down in. Chris Luris. Chris, nice pass up to Brooke. Brooke Jordan, another breakaway coming down. Brooke, one-on-one coming in. Shoots. Scores as he goes high. Brooke Jordan. The assist going to number 11, Chris Luris. So the first goal of the game, we'll zoom down in. Number 4, Brooke Jordan. But what really set that up was a nice pass by number 11, Chris Luris. And Josh Provost had no chance on that. It was a breakaway coming down in. The goal goes to the center. The assist goes back to his defenseman, number 11. So with 21 seconds left on the clock, the first goal scored by the yellow team, Brooke Jordan, and the assist going to Chris Luris. So our first goal of the game at 21 seconds left in the first period. It seems like that always happens in a hockey game. You go through the entire period, no score, and then with just a few seconds left, there's a breakaway of some sort. Major collision over there. There's Matt Hill smashed into the boards, and everybody goes down hard, but they'll bounce back up. Fortunately, they're all hockey players, and they're wearing a lot of equipment out there. And we'll take a break here with just 13 seconds left in the first period. But he's sitting back up again, so that's a good example of what the helmets and the elbow pads and the shin pads and everything are for there. As we get them back up and running, it looks like a little bit of everybody's congratulating, and yet another tough little hockey kid out there. I'm not sure who went down. It was a collision between Matt Hill and one of the yellow players, but he was turned away from us, so I didn't get who the number was. The coaches are smiling, and he's back up and probably feeling a little woozy down in there, but being helped out by the coaches. We'll go down and make sure everything's okay, but usually other than a minor jarring and whatever, they bounce back up and are cruising one more time. Again, on this shift out here, we can see some of the players are getting 15 back in. Number 5 on the yellow team out there is Christopher Pryor. We've got number 4, Brooke Jordan. Number 11, And I still didn't see who that was on that. Maybe we'll pick up from one of the players or one of the parents a little bit later, but he's checking out everything and doesn't look like double vision, so I think we're off and cruising here again. Number 9 is Greg Washburn in the red helmet, is the right wing for the yellow team. Again, there's 13 seconds left. Everybody's back on number 11 we mentioned, and also number 13, Mike Biasuzzi back on defense. So Mike Biasuzzi and Chris Luris are the 2 defensemen for the yellow team. Coming the other way, we've got number 6. Again, I don't have him on the roster here. We've got Matt Hill, Brendan Collins, and Justin Lawrence, the 3 kamikazes out there. Brendan dumps it all the way down in the far corner, and the buzzer goes off before any shots can get off, and we'll head back out here for the beginning of the second period with the yellow team hanging on to its 1-0 lead, scoring with just 21 seconds left in the first period. Both goalies, again, Josh Provost in goal for the black team and Corey Tredden in goal for the yellow team, came up big quite a few times in the first period, especially on that first shift. Both of them had 2 or 3 superb saves down in there and really kind of set the tempo for what's been a low-scoring game. For the black team, at center, number 9, Mike Gould, the left wing, at number 7, Chris Robinson. We'll get the defensive players. I think it's probably Adam Sobel, and number 4 was Ben Babbitt. Adam and Ben have been the defensive combination back on the second line. We see the infamous Mark Seeger helmet out there at center. His right wing looks like it's Johnny Grassi, number 10. Defensively, we've got Tom Callan out there. And I'm not sure who the other defenseman is. We'll pick up in a second as they get underway here. Again, they'll play 3 10-minute periods, so we're just beginning the second period. Chris Robinson with it. Loses to Johnny Grassi. Johnny, nice job, dumps it all the way back in. Adam Sobel off the far boards. Tom Callan, number 1 out there. We've also got number 3 is Robert Sharnick. Robbie's done a nice job. Chris Robinson, breakaway. Chris coming down in. Shot, save. Rebound is sitting out there, and Corey grabs it before he can poke the rebound in, but Chris on a super shot coming down in. Corey came all the way out of the goal, made the save, then pounced on the rebound before Chris could knock it in. Coming back to help him out there, Tom Callan, again, is number 1. And the left wing I didn't pick up for the yellow that is out there. Adam Sobel, Ben Babbitt, the 2 defensemen for the black team. 9:38 left, second period, still a 1-0 game. Mike Gould gets it over to Chris Robinson. Mike wins the face-off. Still in the yellow zone. Skating out, Tom Callan. Tom dumps it all the way down in, and we're going to have icing as Tom dumps it the entire length of the ice. Gives us a chance to kind of explain about icing. One of the things we mentioned about offsides before, another thing you can't do is to shoot the puck from beyond the red center line that we're looking at right now all the way across one of the red goal lines without it touching an offensive or defensive player. It's basically to keep you from just dumping it the length of the ice and then chasing it down, kind of to force you to handle the puck up the length. Again, it's not a penalty, but in this case, the face-off, instead of just being outside the blue line, comes all the way back into your own zone. So when Tom hit that as hard as he did, it didn't touch anybody. It went the entire length of the ice from beyond the red line, and the face-off comes all the way back into his own zone, the yellow zone down there. Shot comes down around behind Corey Tredden. Shot down through. An excellent shot there was by number 8, Jamie Miravelli, the right wing, with a good slap shot in on Corey Tredden. Jamie, again, scored a goal the last time out here. Does a real nice job. Jamie's our right wing. Mike Gould's our center. Chris Robinson, the left wing, with Adam Sobel and Ben Babbitt back on defense. Another shot down in by Chris Robinson. Chris, I think, is destined to score today if the right things are going here, unless Corey can stuff him. Number 10, Johnny Grassi out there. Number 1, Tom Callan. Number 6, in its center, is Seeger. Chris Robinson shot just wide. Chris, one more time, comes up. Ben Babbitt keeps it in at the point. But this time, Tom waved off as Tom Callan dumped it up, but I think it hit Ben on the way by. Tom hustling down in, and both of them go down hard. Good defensive play by Adam Sobel. Seeger ends up with it. Mark trying to center it. Looks for the backhand, shoots in, scores! The assist going to Seeger, but the goal going to Tom Callan. We'll pick up Tommy on that on a backhand at this yet. Tommy Callan scoring, that's number 1 on the backhand, but the assist goes to Mark Seeger. So Tom Callan picks up the second goal of the game. We'll get the assist kid down there is Mark Seeger, and we'll get the time on that goal. It's really no chance. 8:39 left in the second period. With it looks like there may also be an assist going to Johnny Grassi. I'm not sure on that, but I'll mark down the goal anyway. So again, the goal going to Tom Callan, with the assist going to Mark Seeger. Mark cranking away, coming back the other way. Adam Sobel out there defensively. Mark up ice, coming back. Ben Babbitt, just a few seconds left on this shift. Comes down in, shoots. Nice shot down there, but Josh blocked off the goal effectively and really kept him from having more than a wicked angle on that. Ben Babbitt sends it back up. Tries the slap shot down in, just 3 seconds left on this shift. And Robert Charnick goes down hard, but Robbie doing a nice job out there controlling the puck at center ice. So we've got 8 minutes left, second period. Yellow team has built up a 2-0 lead with a goal by, in the first period by Brooke Jordan, and in the second period by Tom Callan. Now my kamikaze line out here for the black team. We've got Matt Hill at center, Brendan Collins at left wing, and the crazy Justin Lawrence over on right wing. Back defensively, again, I don't have one of the numbers here. Matt Hill with it. Matt shot down in. Corey makes the save. Rebound, and you can hear it hit off the post down there. Matt tries to get a centering pass. He's got Brendan Collins and Justin Lawrence set up in front. Also out there on defense for the black team is number 12. But the yellow team's able to clear it. Alex Kelly is the other defenseman. They dump it all the way down through. Corey tries to pounce on it. It slips all the way through him. Chris Loris with it. Chris coming up. He's got an assist on the day. Gets it up. Mike Biasuzi, number 13. Brooke Jordan, number 4. Number 2 out there is Kyle Russo. Ooh, shot down in by Justin Lawrence, and a nice save by Corey Tredden. That snuck right through everybody. Again, this line really puts a lot of pressure on the goalie with Hill, Collins, and Lawrence out there. Defensively, we've got number 13, Mike Biasuzi, number 11, Chris Loris, Kyle Russo's number 2, and I think Corey's got to go over. We may need a little equipment repair or something. Don, his dad, comes out, just checking on something there. Probably looking for, just checking on his contract to make sure his bonus is sufficient for the number of saves he's had so far. I've never quite figured out if goalies get paid by the number of saves they have or by the number of classy moves that they make down in there, but looks like just an equipment repair. It's the bulletproof vest that Corey wears. And we're backing off and running. Don gives him a tap on the back. Corey heads down in. He's got his shutout going so far. But with this line here of Matt Hill, Brendan Collins, Justin Lawrence, and especially with Alex Kelly back on defense, keeping it in the zone, they're going to keep a lot of pressure down on the yellow team here. 7:16 left, second period. Still 2-0, but the black team putting pressure on, and they're down in the yellow zone. TJ Moran drops the puck. Hill with it, battling with Brooke Jordan, two of the best centers in the league down here. Kept in. Nice defensive play, shot down through, but Kyle Russo blocks it off before it ends up being a shot on goal. Kyle comes around behind. Crankin tries to get up to Christopher Pryor. Chris, number 5, out there. Chris Luris, nice cross-ice pass up to Mike Biasuzi. Mike dumps it down in. It should end up being icing, though. There again, you'll see that what happened, but it's they wave it off at the last minute. Mike comes down and crashes into the boards behind Josh Provost. Sends it to the far side. Pryor's the first one on it. Christopher Pryor. Chris battling far side with Justin Lawrence. They send it all the way back up. Nice stop. Kyle Russo off of a skate, sitting out in front. Chris Lawrence. Chris dumps it down in. Good defensive play out there, though. by Brendan Collins. Brendan, number 14, tries to skate it out this time. Stolen by Brooke Jordan. They dump it back the other way. It's a foot race. Icing is waved off on this as it went right by one of the defensemen. The other reason that you don't get icing is if one of the players could play it and just didn't happen to touch it. It's not considered icing. Brendan Collins battling with Kyle Russo, and at the 6-minute mark, two of them go down hard, and we'll have a change of lines coming up as our second smaller lines come out there. A lot more fun at this level here. Liza Kelly looks like she'll be the center for the black team. Adam Sobel, I'm sure, and Ben Babbitt will be our two defensemen out there. Nope, actually we had a shift. Jamie is going to be back on defense here. Mike Gould is the left wing. But Adam in the red helmet we still see out there. Jamie Miravelli, number 8, is the left wing. Mark Seeger has got his left hand all the way down on the blade, but Liza still does a nice job blocking him off of the puck there. Jamie sends it up ice. Tom Callan's out there. Tom's got himself a goal in the day. Mike Gould doing a good job. Dumps down. Jamie sends it far side. Number 7 is for the yellow team is going to hustle back. He'll be the first one on it. Ryan Miller. Ryan back sends it, tries to get it around behind. Broken up by Mike Gould. Ryan went down hard, pounces right back up again. Part of being a hockey player, I think, out there. Seeger's got it for a second. Centering pass. Down in. Ben with it. Ben's a shot, and he's wiped out at the last minute. Liza shoots. It's sitting in front. Oh, Liza Kelly almost scored on that. Bounced up over the stick. Before she could get the rebound, though, it was poked away defensively by, I think it was number 15, Justin Luris, and helped out by number 3, Robert Sharnock. As Corey made the save, but it bounced up over his stick. Liza Kelly almost scored on that. Adam Sobel sends it down in. They're controlling it down in the yellow zone. Kept in by Jamie Miravelli at the point. And Seeger could have a breakaway, but Ben Babbitt back. Ben sends it up and out of the zone. Excellent defense there by Ben Babbitt as Mark Seeger almost had the breakaway. Mike Gould with it. Mike centering pass coming down through. 4:32 left, second period. Mike goes down hard, bounces right back up. Seeger has it for a second, goes off the boards. Liza falls down. Jamie Miravelli back on defense. Jamie tries to control it, gets it up. Justin Loris is there, and it's going to be a foot race. It's Seeger versus Sobel, the two S's. Adam will be the first one back on it. Adam Sobel sends it around behind Josh Provost. 4:08 left. Gets it all the way over to Luris. Justin tries the backhand. Tied up along the boards by Mike Gould, and we'll have a change of lines here with 4 minutes left in the second period. Real good shift, both teams out there. Jamie Miravelli, Adam Sobel doing a nice job. Liza Kelly almost picked up a goal for the black team. That would have brought him back within one, as she had a real nice solid shift out there at center. Number 6 has moved up to center. It looks like Matt Hill's back on defense. Collins and Lawrence still our two wings, and Alex Kelly will probably be the other defenseman. Alex, solid defense. Matt Hill sends a slap shot all the way back down in. Off the boards, yellow team dumps it in. First one on it. Matt Hill takes a funny bounce off the Zamboni door. Chris Lewis has moved up to wing. We see number 9 is out there, is Greg Washburn. Justin Lawrence skating around behind, has the puck, loses it. Justin gets it right back again. Justin looking for someone to pass to. It's in front, sends it up in the air. Chris Lewis, number 11 that's out there. Again, Greg Washburn's number 9. Shot up, Brooke Jordan's back on defense. Mike Biasuzi's out there. 2 or 3 people go down hard. Brendan ends up with the puck. Brendan Collins, breakaway. Brooke Jordan going back defensively with Mike Biasuzi. Brendan waits, but we got 5 yellow players back there. It's going to be kind of hard for Brendan to get through everybody. Shot up in the air, broken up by Biasuzi. Mike off the far side. Brooke Jordan sends it up. Collins gets it back, centering pass. Hill and Kelly out there. Alex Kelly, nice job, keeps it in at the point. 2:50 left. Coming back. Got a breakaway. Coming all the way down in. Shot, save, Josh. Provost, rebound, save, Josh. 2 big shots and 2 saves. Wrap around, another save. Biasuzi had a shot. Brooke Jordan had a shot. And the breakaway coming down in by Luris. Chris Luris, Brooke Jordan, another nice combination. 3 big saves for Josh Provost in goal as they tested him twice in front and once on the wraparound. Brooke Jordan, excuse me, number 2 is Kyle Russo. Dumps it back up to the point. Mike keeps it in. Mike pushes it down. Shot back up off of a skate as Greg Washburn broke that up. Mike Biasuzi retreats, and right at the 2-minute mark we get, but the yellow team came up with 3 solid shots down in on the goalie. Josh Provost made all 3 saves, 2 at point blank range, and then one was on a wraparound attempt. But once again, he came up big. I think the wraparound was by Mike Biasuzi, and he kept the score at 2-0. Liza Kelly out there centering the line for the black team. Chris Robinson, number 7, left wing. Mike Gould, number 9, with Jamie Miravelli and Adam Sobel back on defense. Looks like Tommy Callan is at center. We got Johnny Grassi out there. Chris Robinson, breakaway. Chris coming down in the backhand. Shot save by Corey. A major collision. Mike Gould smashed into, I think it was Robert Sharnick down there. Robert kicked the puck away at the last minute. Oh, that's Mike Gould. Probably should have been an interference call, but I'm not sure they know what interference is. Breakaway coming down in. Backhand. Loses it. Gets it right back again as Justin, it's Chris's younger brother. Justin had it. Lost it. Comes right back. Tom Kellen set up in front. Johnny Grassi set up in front. Adam Sobel sends it off far side. Liza Kelly battling down in there. Justin Luris one more time. Boy, Justin is all over the place down there on this shift. Johnny Grassi off the board. Smart play by Johnny. Gets all the way back in. Adam Sobel, number 1, black team. Tom Callan, he's got himself a goal in the day. Liza trying to clear it out. Josh says, get this puck out of here. It's sitting in front of me too long. Centering pass. Chris with it. Seeger keeps it in. Good defense. Robert Sharnick dumps it down in. Robbie having a nice shift out there too after he got hammered in the boards on the far side. They cleared all the way out. It's a foot race. Robinson versus Seeger. Chris Robinson, the shot all the way down through, right through the crease. Corey may have touched that, but it was a solid shot by Chris Robinson. They come skating up. Jamie Miravelli off the boards. Seeger with it. Mark cranking away, coming down in. Nice defensive play. Adam Sobel with some back checking at the 16-second mark. Kept in by, Robert goes down hard again. Robert is just getting hammered out there. Loses his glove on this one. Bounces right back up. Just 3 seconds left. And Justin has it as he dumps it back the other direction. Good shift, both teams. Chris Robinson with a shot down in. Corey may have made the save on that. And once again, Josh Provost comes up big several more times. That finishes off the second period, and we've got one more period of play in this game with the yellow team holding on to a 2-0 lead. 10 minutes left to play. Again, both goalies, Josh Provost and Corey Tredden, having super games here at the Mite House level. Part of the Founders Cup end of the year tournament. Anything can happen with this line out here especially. And it looks like we're going to move up. We've got Matt Hill at center. Justin Lawrence is at right wing. Adam Sobel back on defense. Looks like they're giving Brendan Collins a rest here, unless and Alex Kelly out there. Coming the other direction. Chris Luris is out there, number 11. Brooke Jordan. Matt Hill has it at the moment. Matt right through everybody. Matt coming down in, looking for the broken up the last minute. Brooke Jordan. Matt gets it right back again. Centering pass in front. Corey plays it off. Greg Washburn sends it off the board. Smart play by Greg. Backhand, and we got a breakaway. They're cranking around. It's Chris Luris coming all the way down in. Josh comes out. Shot. Josh makes the save, and Chris crashes into the board. Josh covers up, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off just to his left as Justin Luris with the breakaway, or Chris Luris, excuse me, coming down in. Josh Provost makes the save and covers up with 9:30 left in the third period. The yellow trying to build on its lead, but Josh denying them on that one. Brooke Jordan, number 4. Greg Washburn, number 9 out there. Also, number 5 is Christopher Pryor back on defense. So Christopher and Greg back on defense here. Comes right back up. Greg dumps it down in. Off the boards, up Brooke Jordan dumps it back the other direction. Black still trying to clear it out of their zone. Adam Sobel out there. Chris with it. Shot broken up. A super play by Alex Kelly on defense there for the black team. Brooke with it. He's already got a goal on the day. He looks for the wraparound. Broken up. Chris Luris shot. Broken up. Backhand. Boy, Mike Biasuzi, that was a solid backhand by him. This team is all over. Shot. Oh. And Adam finally sends it off far side. Justin Lawrence, first one on it. Justin cranking away, trying to get it out of the zone. Alex Kelly sends it up. Kept in at the point on a nice play by Christopher Pryor. Backhand Kelly gets it over to Lawrence. Brooke Jordan intercepts for the yellow team. Centering pass comes down through behind Provost. 8:37 left, third period. Yellow holding on to its 2-0 lead. Greg Washburn. Centering pass comes down through. Lawrence with it. Justin trying to skate off. Up, kept in by Pryor. Christopher Pryor, nice job. Gets it to Brooke Jordan. Centering pass, and finally the black team regains control. It's sitting out in front. Chris Luris, slap shot broken up by Adam Sobel. Chris gets it right back again. Another shot in. Off the post, or maybe been a save by Josh on that. 8:06 left as the yellow team is all over on this shift out there. Justin Lawrence cranks away, and as Justin regains control, the buzzer goes off, so with 8 minutes left, we'll have a change of lines and get some of the smaller, a little bit more fun players heading out here. Again, the yellow team, we got just a quick break, sponsored by Sam Frank. That's the Luris family. And the black team sponsored by Doug's Auto here in town in Rutland. TJ Moran going to drop the puck, face off between Tom Callan in yellow and Liza Kelly, number 15 for the black team. Ben Babbitt dumps it over to Liza, down into Chris Robinson. Said Chris has had several super shots on goal in their back on defense. Number 8, Jamie Miravelli, and number 9, Mike Gould. Shot by Ben. Chris Robinson looking for, Liza looking for the shot, centering pass, it's sitting out there. Liza had the shot, Chris had the shot, Ben had the shot. Good solid line for the black team. Robert Charnick's out there, number 3, Tom Callan, number 1. Number 7 is Ryan Miller. Ryan's had a couple of real nice shifts for the yellow team. Robert Charnick goes down, Chris Robinson. Chris pass over, gets it right back again. Slap shot down in. Ben looking for it, Liza's had a shot. Comes all the way back up to the point. Mark Seeger with it. Mark sends it off. Mike Gould keeps it in right at the blue line. Good defensive play. Robert Charnick. And finally comes back up, but Mike Gould keeps it in one more time. They finally clear it out, and it's a foot race. Jamie Miravelli, number 8, and Mark Seeger. But Jamie wins it. Gets it up to Chris Robinson. Chris off the boards. Chris coming down in, off a skate. Chris gets it right back again, over skates. Liza following up. Goes down hard. Mark has it, loses it. Tries to get it back again. Tom Callan with it. Mark sends it far side. Ben with it, or Mike Gould, excuse me. Mike tries to dump it down in. Comes back up to Ben Babbitt. Jamie Miravelli out helping. Also Robert Charnick out there with a number 10, Johnny Grassi. Johnny has to hustle down in. Chris Robinson. Whoa! Both of them go down hard. Just 5 seconds left on this shift. Liza hustles over, and it's tied up along the boards. As we get the whistle to finish that shift, 6 minutes left, third period. And my kamikaze black line matched up against the equally crazy yellow team out there. Matt Hill at center. It looks like Brendan Collins will be at left wing. Justin Lawrence at right wing. Chris Luris coming back the other direction, number 11, with Christopher Pryor at his left wing, Brooke Jordan his right wing. We see Greg Washburn's back on defense. Chris with it. Chris shot down through it. He scores! Chris Luris on a bouncing puck. And the assist, actually I missed it. It bounced up in the air, came down in, but Chris Luris scores that on a bouncing puck down through. Josh had the right angle on it, but when it starts bouncing on the hard ice like that, there's not much you can do. I'm not sure who the assist would have gone to on that. If I was paying more attention, it may have been to Brooke Jordan. But Chris Loris certainly gets the goal on that. So Chris has a goal there to go with his assist earlier in the game. And that was with 5:52 left. Matt Hill wins the face-off. Comes right back to Greg Washburn. Greg off the boards. Down in. Good defensive play. Alex Kelly out there. Alex has played a great game defense. Greg keeps it in at the point. They dump it right back out again. In fact, it could end up being a shot all the way down in on goal. Nice save by Corey. He covers up, but they're going to make him play on. Kyle Russo. And finally, one of the things, in fact, TJ will come over and explain something to him. If there's nobody, no defensive player around, you're really not supposed to hold on to the puck. Theoretically, after the goalie makes the save, if there's no offensive player around you, you're supposed to throw it off with your hand and continue play. But usually you don't learn that till the upper levels of hockey there. And at this level, once the puck goes in the glove, it takes them about 15 seconds to find the puck in the size of those big goalie gloves. Justin Lawrence at right wing. Justin controls. Mike Biasuzi's out there. Mike's had a great game both as a wing and defensively. Hustling back. Good solid defensive play. Sends it off the near boards. Alec Kelly's going to come over. Matt Hill sends it off. Clears it all the way back out to center ice. Chris Loris is there. Mike Biasuzi ends up with it. Mike. 5 minutes left in the game. Mike centering pass off of Brooke Jordan's skates. Alex went down hard and hasn't bounced back up yet. Now he's back on his feet there. Brooke with it. Brooke all the way through the crease, comes over near side. Chris Loris with it. Slap shot save! Josh, nice save on a solid shot by Chris Loris, who almost had him his second goal of this shift here. Kyle Russo hustling back. Kyle Russo out there defensively along with Greg Washburn. 4:33 left. Goes all the way by everybody. Brendan Collins, Matt Hill. Matt keeps it in at the point. Brooke ends up with it. Greg Washburn sends it up all the way to the center. Brendan dumps it down in, coming back the other direction. It's a foot race, and we are going to have icing called on that one, as that went right by everybody. I think that I've got number 5 down for Lance Carty, but I think he's actually number 6, and I'm going to have to apologize to him for going through the entire game if that's who is the other defenseman out there. So I believe that it may be that number 6, who's done just a great job out there, is Lance Carty, and I haven't mentioned his game throughout, his name, but on my little roster here, it's got a 5. I think it's probably really 6, so if that's Lance out there, we'll zoom in on his back for a second since it's tucked down in there, but that would be Lance Carty that's been playing defense and also shifted up the wing for the black team. Cleared out all the way up back into the black zone, and that finishes off this shift out here as they head off. We've got 2 more shifts coming up, so anything could happen at this point. A 3-0 game. The goals for the yellow team scored by Brooke Jordan, Tom Callan, and Chris Loris, with Mark Seeger and Chris Loris getting assists. There may have been another assist on one of those. I didn't pick it up. We see we've got Chris Robinson at center. Jamie Miravelli is the left wing. Mike Gould is out there with Adam Sobel and Liza Kelly back on defense. Number 10 is Johnny Grassi. Johnny's had a couple of super shifts out there. He clears it out of the zone. It's a foot race coming up. Justin Loris with it, along with Mark Seeger, comes back the other direction. Jamie Miravelli dumps it down in, cleared right back out. Seeger sends it far side. Off of Liza Kelly, gets over to Ben Babbitt. Tied up, Ben sends down in. Seeger coming back the other direction. Also out there we've got Tom Callan. Tom is pushing off. I think he went down hard on something. Johnny Grassi, number 10. And I think Ryan may be out there also. Johnny with it on this. Johnny slap shot down into the middle. Ryan Miller is number 7. Off of Ryan's stick, comes back to Grassy. Ben Babbitt. Ben on a breakaway, coming down in, one-on-one with the goalie. Shot, nice save. The rebound, Chris Robinson tries to poke it in. A breakaway by Ben Babbitt on that, and he's good solid skating, good stick handling. Oh, another save, though, for Corey Tredden. Seeger with it, trying to get it over to Tom Callan. Backhand, Adam Sobel's got it off the boards. Johnny Grassi breaks it up, Chris Robinson. Chris gets it right back again. Chris cranking down in, one-on-one. Chris shoots, scores! As the Black draws its first blood. I knew Chris has had several opportunities. And finally, Chris Robinson puts one in and brings the score back to 3-1 in what's been a super close game. Adam Sobel should have gotten an assist on that, and maybe have to give another one on that, but not sure if Jamie Miravelli, we'll give one to Adam on that, though. And the goal going to Chris Robinson. So Chris at center gets the goal. 2:26 left in the third period, as the Doug's Auto battles back 3-1 now. And again, there may have been another assist, but one for Adam for sure, possibly Jamie Miravelli. I forget who else may have touched the puck on that. Ben Babbitt, another nice job. Tom Callan goes down hard, up in the air. Justin Luris sends it down in. Mark Seeger battling, 2:09 left. Ben Babbitt has it for a second. Adam centering pass. Jamie Miravelli sends it up out of the zone. No, kept in by Ryan Miller. Ryan, nice job. Chris, oh, almost another breakaway. Just 2 minutes left in the game of what's been a super game. Both coaches can be real proud of their players as they've done a nice job of passing, setting up things. The defense has been excellent, and the goaltending just superb for both teams. Well, we got the yellow team out, and we're getting a little coaching from head coach Randy Smith. His last shift out there, as he's going to send out his kamikaze line. I'm sure that Hill, Lawrence, and Collins will be up there with Lance Carty and Alex Kelly probably back on defense. It's just, we'll double check. Left, no, he's moved around. All right, Alex Kelly's up at left wing. Justin Lawrence is at center. Brendan Collins back on defense with Lance Carty. And it looks like he's moved Matt Hill over to right wing. Chris Lawrence tries to split the defense, comes right down through Lance Carty. Good defensive play. I keep saying Justin Lawrence. Chris Lawrence, who's got himself a goal and an assist on the day. Matt Hill gets it over near side. Skating up, comes back the other way. Backhand by Kyle Russo. Hill will be the first one on it. Mike Biasuzzi in there, broken up by Hill, gets it up. Kept it at the point, Brooke Jordan. A little mini breakaway coming, Justin Lawrence up in front. Gets right by everybody off the boards. Lawrence has it, Chris Lawrence dumps it down in, 1:21 left. Off the Zamboni door, they tie up. Lance Carty sends it far side, first one on it, Mike Biasuzzi. Justin Lawrence tries to steal the puck. Justin goes down hard, I think Mike outweighs him by a few pounds there. Stolen by... Shot down through and he scores! Chris Lawrence with the assist going to Kyle Russo. It bounced free there and really no chance for Josh in goal. We'll pick up both. So that's the second goal for Chris Lawrence, but the assist going to Kyle Russo, number 2 on that, with just 1:01 left in the third period. So Kyle Russo gets himself into the scoring column with an assist and another goal for Chris Lawrence. Good solid shot by Chris as they were down in the black, wasn't able to quite clear it out. Justin Lawrence with it. Between Justin Lawrence and Justin Lawrence, it gets confusing. Backhand, Matt Hill dumps it all the way down in the zone. Brooke Jordan hustles back along with Greg Washburn. Off the boards, kept in. Alex Kelly centering pass, goes around behind though. Again, Alex up on wing now. Lance Carty, crash, Lance picks it up. Lance controlling, looking to center in front. He's got 2 players out there. Lance bounces down as he brought it in front, and it's a breakaway coming the other way. Kyle Rousseau one-on-one. Kyle coming down and on Josh, shoots, save, rebound, and he goes high. What a save by Josh Provost. Kyle Russo almost had a goal to go with his assist he's got. Mike Biasuzzi centering pass, shot down through another save, and he pounces on it. Mike Biasuzzi, nice pass into the center as Chris Loris looked for his hat trick. But Josh Provost comes up big one more time. Josh has got to have somewhere between 15 and 20 saves, and I think that Corey Tredden's got between a dozen and 15 saves the other way. Both goalies, great job. Just 5 seconds left in the game. Chris Loris lined up against Justin Lawrence. Bounces up in the air, looks for the last shot. Nice save right at the buzzer. No, it didn't go in, but it was, what a save by Josh Provost right at the buzzer. We'll zoom back the other way as Corey Tredden gets his congratulations. Super job in goal for the yellow team, and they're all mugging each other. The black team, also a great job out there. The coaches will be really proud of both teams. The two goalies come up to congratulate each other on that, as they were my two stars. So real quick recap as they go through the line there, but for the black team, Chris Robinson with a goal, Adam Sobel getting an assist. For the yellow team, Chris Loris had a pair of goals and an assist. Brooke Jordan with a goal, Tom Callan with a goal, Kyle Russo and Mark Seeger both getting assists. And once again, as I said, the coaching, both coaches can be real proud as the passing was excellent and the defense matched up real well. We'll take a 3-minute break here before we have a game coming up between the white team and the green team. Now it looks like we've got the green team and the white team out on the ice here for our second game of the Founders Cup. Again, this is at the Mite House level. It's our end-of-the-year tournament for the 6 house teams. We'll pick up the sponsors. The green team is sponsored by Carpet King from over in West Rutland. It's the Gottlieb family. And the white team is sponsored by Cheops Construction. That's Greg Whitehorn. Greg sponsored a team down here for a long time. I've got a couple of seconds here, also mention we won't be seeing them tonight as they play later, but the blue team is sponsored by Omia. Everybody locally knows the manufacturing plant. And the red team is sponsored by Price Chopper. Mark Boucher, who's pretty much one of the heads of the Mite House League, has had Price Chopper and the sponsoring down here for quite a few years, and we thank Price Chopper for what they've done. So again, the red team sponsored by Price Chopper, the blue team sponsored by Omia. Looks like our goalies are changing up so that we need to get the equipment on the new goalies here, but we'll get the individual players for the white and green team. Green team under head coach Don Johnson. And as we skate around down there, number 13 is Kyle Bedard. Number 8, Tom Bride. Number 10 is Warren, or he goes by Ren Fenner. Number 2, Mark Fusil. Number 9 is Gunnar Johnson. That's Don's son. He's also got an older daughter on the girls' team. Number 14, Robert Mallinson. Number 5, Greg McLaughlin. Number 12, Jeff McLaughlin. Number 1, Nicholas Merritt. Number 3, Kyle Robillard. Number 4, Curtis Shappy. And number 6, Vic Shappy. Number 7, Tim Welsh. And we're still looking for the goalies around here. We'll zoom down in for a second as Nate Sabrin, who is one of the stars of the RAHA Otters high school team. Nate's going to be our goalie, or excuse me, our referee for the next game here. Well, we've got at least one goalie on the ice. Speaking of the, I can at least pick up his number as we head out. So number 4 for the white team is Jason Smith, and he'll be the goalie for the white team. As we get the individual players down in the white team there, their head coach is Ken Welsh, and the assistant coach is Jeff Smith. So Jeff's son Jason will be doing the goaltending duties for today for the white team. White team sponsored by Cheops Construction. Has number 10, Brandon Bushy. Number 5, Josh Comstock. Number 2, Robert DeAngelis. Number 9, Dan Duncan. Number 6, Brian G. Number 8, Jared Kinsler. His sister is also on the girls team. Number 12, Ross LaLancet. Number 15, Adam McIntyre. Number 3, Derek Pitts. Number 7, James Ryan. In goal, number 4, Jason Smith. We've also got number 13, Peter Weber, and number 1, Nick Welsh. I'm sure that Peter and Nick will be our 2 defensemen on the starting line. And now we've got a green goalie out here too, so we're off and running. It looks like the green goalie is number 5, is Greg McLaughlin. So one of the McLaughlins will be out there offensively, and the other one in goal as they skate around. Just 43 seconds left in the warm-up. Again, the green team sponsored by Carpet King under head coach Don Johnson, and the white team sponsored by Cheops under head coach Ken Welsh. But we've got at least the white team out lined up here so we can get their individual players starting off. Looks like at center on our first line, number 9 is Daniel Duncan. The left wing, number 3, is Derek Pitts. Back defensively, we've got number 13 is Peter Weber, and number 1, Nick Welsh. I can keep track of them because I've followed them a couple times this year. I'll have to see who the right wing is for the starting line for the white team. Green team as they skate out on the ice here. As they wave to their fans and whatever. If you're allowed to do that at the mite level, you can wave to your mom and stuff. Number 8, the right wing, is Jared Kinsler, or excuse me, number 9 is actually who's starting off, is going to be Gunnar Johnson. Number 7 is Tim Welsh. So we got 2 Welshes out there. Number 13 is Kyle Bedard. Kyle was the goalie the last time I covered a game. And skating up also back on defensively, ooh, major collision out there, as is Kyle Robillard. Derek Pitts had it for a second, loses, gets it right back again. Again, the Welsh and Weber combination, the 2 W's on defense. Number 9 for the white team is Dan Duncan, is at center. Green coming back the other direction. Centering pass, Gunnar Johnson is out there. Number 7, Tim Welsh. Backhand, pokes up in the air, kept down in. Our 2 goalies, Jason Smith and Greg McLaughlin. Kyle Robillard with it. Kyle has it for second, off his skates. Dumps it up, down in, trying to clear down, get into the white zone. It's been basically all the action is at center ice out here. Derek Pitts dumps it all the way down in. Peter Weber with it. Peter off the boards, comes up, kept in nicely there by Kyle Bedard. In front, up in the air, centering pass. Derek has it for a second. Also number 14 out there, goes far side. Number 14 is Robert Mallinson. Robbie back on defense along with Robillard. Battling far side, trying to get a centering pass on that. No shots on goal so far on this. 8:24 left. 24 seconds left on this shift. Bounces up in the air. Bedard keeps it down in. Weber off the boards. Bedard gets it right back again. Derek Pitts with it. Tim Welsh's shot went wide right around behind. Tim gets it right back again. Off the boards. Gunnar Johnson's out there. Number 9 shot down through. And with 8 minutes left, the goalies survived the first shift with no major shots on goal. Puck ends up right next to the Zamboni door, and Nate will skate over and pick it up, and we'll shift to our next line. We'll pick up the players a little better as time comes along. White team, the left wing is number 15. That's Adam McIntyre. I like this shift better, a lot smaller. Brandon Bushy back on defense, number 10. At center, number 8 is Jared Kinsler. And the right wing is number 6, Brian G. So Brian G., Jared Kinsler, and Adam McIntyre are our offensive combination. Backhand, shot down through, almost the first shot on goal there, with the green team putting on good pressure. Breakaway coming out the other direction. Jared Kinsler, number 8, he's cranking down in. Jared, shot, save, rebound in front, pokes in! As they pick up, Jared takes the first shot. A nice save by the goalie, but on the rebound, they will have to, in fact, I'm not even sure. It looked like the left wing. So number 15, Adam McIntyre, scores the first goal. Jared Kinsler getting the assist. Adam picks up the rebound. And that was with 7:20 left in the first period. Adam McIntyre scoring on the rebound. Assist going Jared Kinsler. Actually, Greg McLaughlin made a real nice save on the first shot down him, but his defense wasn't back to pick up anything on that. And Adam just cruised right in there, picked up the rebound, and we'll have a whistle as a couple of the green players went down pretty hard on that. Number 10 out there for the green is Ren Finner. I saw Greg's younger brother was out there. Number 12 is Jeff McLaughlin. As they turn around, we'll get the individual green players that are out there. Number 10, again, is Ren Finner. Number 4 is Kurt Shappy. His brother Vic will be out there somewhere on one of these shifts. So back to protect in front of the, Ren drops back to help out in front of the goalie. Actually, Greg McLaughlin's got the only save so far on the initial shot coming down through on a breakaway by Jared Kinsler. Greg did a real nice job on that initial save. It's just that the rebound bounced right back out to a white player, and Adam just buried the rebound. So Adam McIntyre with the first goal. 6:40 left. Green comes skating out. They clear it out. Brandon Bushy with it. Pokes away. Number 12 for the white team is Ross LaLancet. Ross usually plays defense, at least in the couple of games I've covered. So Brandon Bushy and Ross LaLancet, the two defense. Number 10 is Ren Fenner. Number 4 is Kurt Shappy out there defensively. Could be another shot down through. Oh, and it bounces off the stick and goes down in as Greg made the initial save. And it looks like the goal scored by the right wing out there, Bruce G. So Bruce gets himself a goal. And a change of lines coming up with 6 minutes. Ross may have had the assist on that as he kept it down in. So number 6, Bruce G. gets the goal. And although I'm not positive, we're going to throw an assist in there for Ross LaLancet, as Ross was the one that kept it in at the point. Back to the first line as the white team comes out. They're cruising hard. Greg, again, has made a couple of initial saves, but the rebound pounced down in. Number 9 is Dan Duncan. Centering this line, Derek Pitts is out there. Peter Weber and Nick Welsh back defensively. Green team dumps it down in. Nice maneuver down there. Good defensive play by Peter Welsh. But number 7 is Gunnar Johnson. Number 9 is Gunnar Johnson. Number 7, Tim Welsh. Tim and Gunnar keeping in, and Derek sends it far side. Gunnar hustles over, but Nick Welsh, the first one on it, sends it up to the point. Derek off of a stick and back in. We got 2 red helmets out there. Dan Duncan, number 9. Derek Pitts, number 3. White jerseys and red helmets. Kyle Robillard is out there. Also number 13 is Kyle Bedard. We got a pair of Kyles. Number 2 for the white team who brought that down in there, Robert DeAngelis. Robbie had a pair of goals the last time I covered one. White dumps it all the way down in. Peter Weber, the first one on it. Off the boards, comes right back up. Kept in on an excellent defensive play. Tim Welsh down in along with Gunnar Johnson. Goes down hard. Peter Weber ends up with it. Peter tries to skate out. Kyle Robillard cranking back. Peter on a breakaway coming down in. looking for someone to pass to. He's got Danny Duncan on his wing. Peter, shot, nice glove save. Rebound comes all the way out in front. Glove save by Greg McLaughlin. Derek Pitts, centering pass, comes over. Off of Robbie's stick. Green brings it all the way out of the zone. Nick Welsh dumps it, kicks it back in the other way. So Nick poked it in with his stick, then he kicked it back in after that. Robert Mallinson with it. Robbie controlling, trying to get up to one of his players. He's got Kyle Bedard to help. Breakaway coming out the other direction, and the buzzer goes off as it's all the way a shot down in. Actually, probably the first save down in there for Jason Smith. 4 minutes left in the first period, with White hanging on to its 2-0 lead on a goal by Brian Gee and a goal by Adam McIntyre, both of whom are out there now. Adam's number 15, Brian's number 6. I also see over at right wing we've got number 7 is James Ryan. We've got our midget center out there is Jared Kinsler. And we got both McLaughlins are on the ice now, as one is in, Greg McLaughlin is in goal. Jeff McLaughlin is out there matching up against Jared. Major smash into the boards, comes all the way down in. Number 12 for the white team is Ross Lancet. Ross back defensively. Off the boards, getting it up. Major collision as 3 of our 10 players go down hard. Ross sends it up, trying to clear it out of the zone. Gunner has it, loses, gets it right back again. Number 8 for the green team is Tom Bride, sitting in front. Tommy scored a goal the last time I covered a game also. Number 10, Ren Fenner out there. Ren, Tom Bride, Jeff McLaughlin, Gunnar Johnson, and I'm not sure who the other defenseman. Shot down through just wide of Greg McLaughlin in net. They send it up. This could be a foot race. Ross Lancet is back defensively, though Ross is the first one on it. Green intercepts the puck. Gunner with it. Gunner dumps it off the boards. Takes this usual funny bounce off the Zamboni door. 2:33 left in this shift. Ross sends it far side. Gets it over to James Ryan. James off the board, backhand sitting out in front, poked away, finally cleared as it's dangerously sitting in front. Backhand attempt by 14. Puck is down, cleared out 14. Not sure I've got on the white team down in here. Jared Kinsler, and we'd call it checking at the upper levels, but it's just a major collision at this level as Ren Fenner leaves the puck for the referee there. 2 minutes left. Derek Pitts, left wing, is number 3. Dan Duncan is at center, back on defense. We see Peter Weber and Nick Welsh once again. No, actually, looks like Nick has moved up to be the right wing. So we've had a shift for the white team there as they move one of their defensemen up to wing. Gunnar Johnson is out there. Tim Welsh. Dan Duncan dumps it all the way down in. Kyle Robillard. Save by Greg. So Greg's got 5 or 6 saves already on the day. Yep, Nick Welsh is in at the right wing, and Bobby DeAngelis is back on defense, so they did have a shift there. Tim Welsh skating right through everybody. No, in fact, it's not Tim. Good stick handling. In front, backhand. Oh, just wide left. Tom Bride, I think it may have been on that. It's actually, they had a change of a couple players, so I have to see is that was Kyle Bedard that brought that down through. Shot! What a save at the last minute. Gunnar Johnson, point blank. Jason Smith made a super save on that. Kyle Bedard almost getting the assist. Kyle sent one down into Gunnar, and he really gunned that in. Centering pass, sitting in front, poked away by Nick Welsh. Tim Welsh gets it back. So we got Nick Welsh and Tim Welsh both out there on opposing teams. Off the near boards, comes over. 14 keeps it in. Peter Weber tries to skate it out. Backhand, up, and Kyle Bedard will retreat, and he'll be the first one on it. Kyle Bedard, Robert Mallinson, number 14, having a nice shift. Dan Duncan keeps it in. Slap shot comes all the way back up to DeAngelis. Bobby sends it into the center. Backhand shot. Duncan tries to score one off a backhand. Kyle Bedard. Kyle coming all the way down in. Could get a shot off. Broken up by DeAngelis at the last minute. Gunnar Johnson gets it back. 21 seconds. Comes over far side. Mallinson keeps it in. Good job by Bobby. Backhand broken up by Welsh. And Nick Welsh, breakaway, 9 seconds left. Shoots, save at the last minute. Greg McLaughlin one more time. They go down hard right at the buzzer. Nick Welsh on the breakaway. Greg McLaughlin makes the save. And we finish off the first period with the white team holding on to its 2-0 lead. Both goals coming on that second shift there. One goal scored by, actually the first goal scored by Adam McIntyre with the assist to Jared Kinsler. Second goal scored by Brian Gee, and at least I gave the assist to Ross LaLancet on that. But on a couple of breakaways, if it hadn't been for Greg McLaughlin coming up big, especially on that last shift there, Nick Welsh would have built the lead to 3-0. Number 7 out there for the white team, James Ryan at center. We've got Ross LaLancet and Brandon Bushy back on defense. Coming the other direction. Number 10 for the green team is Ren Fenner. We've got number 6 out there also is Vic Shappy. Not sure, we had Kurt was out there before Vic. Kept in at the point. Number 14 coming down in. Robert Mallinson shot. Whoa, just wide as Rob goes just wide left of Jason Smith in goal there. Slap shot by 6 comes back up. They cleared all the way out. They may call icing on this. Is that? No, I guess they're going to wave. Nope, they are going to call it out. There was one. We only had one icing in the prior one, and that was one that was a real slap shot by number 6, Brian Gee. Brian's got himself a goal, and now he's got himself an icing on the day. A little icing on the cake, I guess. Again, just a little reminder what icing is. If you hit the puck from beyond the red center line that we're looking at now, all the way across the opposing goal line, and it doesn't touch any offensive or defensive player, it's referred to as icing the puck, which is dumping it the length of the ice without attempting to pass it to somebody. It's not a penalty, but it does result in a face-off all the way back in your own zone, so it kind of penalizes you in the sense that the face-off comes back by your goalie. Again, the white goalie is Jason Smith, the green goalie, Greg McLaughlin. Jason's had a couple of saves, but Greg's had himself 7 or 8 saves already on the day, as there's been solid pressure. Jim Ryan goes down hard on that. There was a major collision. I think he may have gotten a stick in the belly on it. Number 6, Brian Gee. But the green team does a nice job of clearing it out. Jim bounces right back up, comes down in, Jim Ryan, and he goes down hard again. Actually, no tripping on this, as most of those are accidental. They're not intentional, taking their legs out from underneath them. Brandon Bushy with it. Brandon Ross LaLancet, the 2 defensemen. If we touch up, we're going to have an offsides here. Yep, and as soon as Jim Ryan touches it, offsides. Number 1 out for the white team is Nick Merritt. I haven't mentioned his name before, but Nick's skating out on this line there. Again, we've got number 6 is Vic Shappy. Number 10, Ren Fenner. Number 4, Kurt Shappy. So Kurt and Vic both out on this line shift. Vic is the center. Kurt was back on defense there, I think. Brandon Bushy sends it off the near boards here. 11 seconds left on this shift for the 2 teams. Nick Merritt with it. Rebound picked up. I'm not sure there. I don't have a 14 sitting out. Brandon Bushy keeps it in. Shot down through, and right at the 7:50 mark, we get the buzzer and a change of lines coming up. Good shift, both teams. The green put on a lot of pressure right there. Both Vic and Kurt Shappy with a nice shift. Nick Merritt handled the puck a couple of times, along with Ren Fenner, so it was a good shift for the green team out there. 7:53 left, second period. Looks like Tim Welsh again stays at center. Gunnar Johnson is his right wing. We'll pick up his two defensemen in a second. We've got Weber, Welsh, Pitts, and Duncan out there, along with DeAngelis, I think. Breakaway coming down through. Nice save at the last minute. Kyle Bedard goes down hard. Comes back up. Tim Welsh with it. Kyle really smashed into the boards after that shot. Poke checked away. Kyle Robillard coming back defensively. Nick Welsh brings it down in. Nick looking for the shot. Down in behind the goalie. Rebound before Dan Duncan can get to it. Kyle Robillard's back up. Kyle gets the pass up. Gunnar Johnson with it. Gunnar skating in, tries to get around. Nice defensive play by Peter Weber there. Comes all the way back up to the green-blue line. They try to kick it ahead. Robert Mallinson had it, loses it, gets it right back again. Tim Welsh ends up battling with Derek Pitts down there. They kick it forward. Peter Weber. Peter is a natural defenseman, I think, and it's funny because his brother is a natural offensive player. We can't keep his brother from heading up ice, and we keep Peter back all the way. Speaking of Peter, Peter Weber off the boards. Gunnar Johnson with it, coming back the other way. Kyle Robillard comes down in. Kyle had it, loses it. Everybody in the middle there. Derek had it for a second. Nick Welsh has got it. Tim Welsh is out there. Gunnar Johnson, Peter Weber, along with Robbie DeAngelis. Shot down in, and I think they're going to call icing on that. Here again, when Kyle picked that loose puck up, he was beyond the red line, a good example of something, and he dumped it the length of the ice without it really being a pass to anybody. It was just dumping it all the way down in. 6:17 left in the second period, and that was icing against the green team. So Nate will bring the puck all the way back in, and the face-off will be back in the green zone to the left of their goalie, Greg McLaughlin. Greg having a super job in goal out there. Dan Duncan centering against Tim Welsh, comes back up to the point. Robbie can't quite keep it in. They're going to wave off offsides on that. Gets right by Kyle Robillard. Robbie Mallinson with it. Mallinson coming around near side. Sends a nice pass up all the way out of the zone. Peter Weber dumps it back the other direction. And right at the buzzer, 6 minutes left. We'll have a change of lines, and we'll pick up the individual players with the white team still holding on to its 2-0 lead with a goal from Brian Gee and another one from Adam McIntyre. Speaking of the Devil, we've got Adam McIntyre is at left wing. Brian Gee is the right wing with Jared Kinsler at center. Brandon Bushy and Ross Lancet it looks like Jim Ryan will be the other defenseman out there. We've got Jeff McLaughlin as the right in the blue helmet there. Number 6 is Vic Shappy. Number 1, Nick Merritt. I think Kurt Shappy may be out there also. Vic with it, tries to almost a breakaway, coming down in. Tim Welsh is out there. Number 4 is Kurt Shappy. So Kurt and Vic Shappy both out on this shift, along with number 1, Nick Merritt. Number 7, Tim Welsh. Tim and Kurt back on defense. Comes all the way out as the white team does a good job of clearing it all the way out of the zone. Tim off the boards. And breakaway for Jared coming down in the other direction. Jared Kinsler, number 8. Centering pass, nice save by Greg McLaughlin. In front, wrap around. Broken up by Tim at the last second, all the way up to Brandon Bushy. Shot down through, and Greg plays it off wide. Jim Ryan and Brandon Bushy back on defense. Jared Kinsler, nice centering pass. Jared already has an assist on the day, almost had himself a second one on that, but Greg McLaughlin made a real nice save. Brandon can't quite keep it in at the point, comes all the way back up. Number 6, Brian Gee, pokes away. Tim Welsh has it, loses it, dumps it in. Tim, it actually ends up almost being a shot on goal. Brandon picks up the puck, 4:32 left. Tries to clear out of the zone. And he gets it up to Jared Kinsler. It's a 4-on-1 coming down in. Jared, what a nice save! Unbelievable! Kurt Shappy, it was 4 Brandon, good defense. But Kurt Shappy, it was 4-on-1. And Kurt poke-checked it away at the last minute. Great shift out there. 2 breakaways for Jared Kinsler, but on the second one, Kurt Shappy comes up real big as he was back there, the only defenseman with 4 white shirts coming in on him, and he poke-checked it away at the last minute. Tim Welsh ended up with a semi-breakaway the other way, and Brandon Bushy did the same thing. So the defense has been excellent, along with some good goaltending by Jason Smith for the white team and Greg McLaughlin for the green team. A little bit of a change of lines here. It looks like we've got Peter Weber at center, an unusual position for him. Derek Pitts at left wing, Nick Welsh at right wing with Robbie DeAngelis and Danny Duncan back on defense. Cross ice pass by Duncan up to Weber. Poke checked away. Weber gets it over to Welsh. Welsh centering pass down in. Kyle Robillard's out there. Kyle Bedard. So we got the 2 Kyles for the green team. Gunnar Johnson's out there. Number 6 is Vic Shappy. Kyle breakaway. Coming down in. Kyle could get around everybody. And Peter Weber dives in at the last minute, and Kyle smashes into the boards. That's 2 head-first dives for Kyle. Derek Pitts sends it back in. Peter Weber off the boards comes up. Gunnar Johnson has it for a second. Dan Duncan. Dan's playing defense, but Dan is cranking up ice on this one. Kyle Robillard back defensively. Broken up as a nice play, Robbie Mallinson. The last time I covered the green team, Mallinson did a super job defensively also, I remember. Off the board, DeAngelis loses it over here, but Duncan dumps it all the way down in. Robillard over to Vic Shappy. Vic sends it off the right on the red line. 2:40 left in this second period. Kyle Bedard one more time. Kyle was the goalie last time. Kyle has it, loses it. Wicked shot all the way down through the crease. Comes off near boards here. Duncan and Pitts over. Gunnar Johnson. And we got a major offsides coming up as Robbie picked up the puck and skated down in, but Gunnar hadn't cleared out of the zone. So, in fact, it may be one of our few offsides in this game. And again, just a reminder that what happens on a play like that is that the puck had to come across the blue line before any of the green players could cross it. And if one of the green players had gone in the zone, all of them have to clear out or tag up, come back across the blue line before the puck can go back down in again. So, offsides, basically the puck has got to come across the blue line before any of the offensive players. And if you skate it in and the puck comes back out of the zone, then you need to tag up or come back out again. So we've got 2 minutes left in the second period. White team holding on to its 2-0 lead, and our midget line coming out now. This is a little bit more fun as some of the smaller, younger but equally enthusiastic players head out on the ice here. Adam McIntyre, left wing, he's got a goal. Brian Gee, right wing, he's got a goal. And Jared Kinsler at center with an assist. Now, here's my favorite. Jeff McLaughlin and the 2 smallest players on the ice, Jared Kinsler and Jeff McLaughlin, lined up against each other at center. That's what this game is all about, the 2 midgets. Brandon Bushy back on defense. Ross, I think Ross may be the other defenseman. Yeah, Ross is number 12, Brandon number 10. They get it up to Jared Kinsler, try to skate out. Kurt Shappy's out there defensively. Kurt had that super play last shift. Brandon sends it up ice. Nice pass over to Brian Gee. Major offsides on Jared. And if they touch it, they're going to play off. No, yep. It was offsides as Jared skated in, and when Brian picked it up and dumped it down in, we had a big enough offsides that we couldn't overlook with that one right there. So again, Jeff McLaughlin, Jared Kinsler, the 2 J's at center. Kurt Shappy, number 4. Number 10 for the green team is Ren Fenner. Jeff with it right now, skating up, trying to protect his brother, Greg, who's in goal. Far side, Brian Gee with it. It was right on the blue line, so it never really came out of the zone. Kyle Bedard goes down hard. Centering pass by Jared. They clear up. Jared kicks it right back. Finally, the green team gets up. Brandon keeps it pretty much in right on the blue line there. And they're going to have to hustle back. We've also got Nick Merritt out there, number 1. Nick has it for a second, loses it. Up, shot down through. White team, good backhand by Adam McIntyre. Just 27 seconds left. Kyle Bedard comes skating out with it. Kyle still has it, gets around. No, Brandon, another nice play. And Kyle goes down hard one more time. Kyle has had about 3 head-first dives, 2 into the boards down. Wicked slap shot up. And this could be Brian's second icing of the day. It's going to set a new record. Is Brian Gee with his second icing, just 5 seconds left on this shift. I didn't know at this level they could hit it hard enough to ice it. Greg McLaughlin kicks it back out, and that'll finish off this shift and this period. So we've got one more 10-minute period with the white team, Cheops Construction, holding on to its 2-0 lead with both goals occurring in the second shift of the first period. And since then, both teams defensively have come up big. Jason Smith, a couple of real nice saves in goal for the white team, and Greg McLaughlin has got to have himself at least a dozen to 15 saves or so for the green team. Again, we're back. Peter Weber has stayed at center, so after I was bragging about his defensive skills, he's out there offensively now. Bobby DeAngelis is his right wing. Looks like Nick Welsh and Derek Pitts are his 2 defensemen, with Dan Duncan at left wing. Kyle Robillard's out there, Gunnar Johnson, Kyle Bedard, Tim Welsh, and I missed one of the green players, but Greg McLaughlin in goal. Tim Welsh looks like he's at center. Kyle Bedard is one wing. Shot down through, a nice save by Kyle to save a shot on goal. Derek Pitts keeps it in, but Gunnar Johnson picks it up. Gunnar skating up along the far side. Tries the backhand to dump it in the zone. Gets it over to Tim Welsh. Tim has it, loses it. Peter Weber skating back the other way. Poke checked away. Robbie Mallinson's out there. Robbie's who I was missing before. Tim Welsh goes down hard. DeAngelis ends up with it. Skating up. Gunnar Johnson. Poke checks away. Welsh has it for a second. Derek Pitts comes right back to Bedard. Kyle dumps it up into the zone. Nick Welsh with it. Nick retreats, cross-ice pass, stolen by Tim Welsh. Tim coming in, one-on-one shot, save, and then it goes off the post. Jason Smith makes the save. You can hear the ding off the post there. Robbie Mallinson over, far side. Peter Weber, breakaway. Peter, one-on-one, coming down in, and he's one of the fastest ones. Shot, and he scores. Peter Weber, as he really cranked away on that, and once he got by the defense, there was no way of keeping up with him. Peter Weber, the assist, there may have been 2 assists on that, as both Nick Welsh and Derek Pitts had it for a second back there. I even forget who I mentioned, but since I know at one point Nick had it, we'll give the goal to Peter Weber and 1 assist to Nick Welsh. There may have been an assist to a Derek, as I said. I'm not sure on that. Peter Weber one more time, but I know Nick Welsh had it at some point. Tim Welsh coming back the other way. Tim, nice stick handling. Tim still has it. Tim cranks down into the white zone. Poke checked away by Weber. Comes up to the point. Robbie Mallinson kicks it off near side. Robillard. Kyle Robillard, good steal. Tim Welsh, backhand all the way back into Nick Welsh. 8:09. Or just 9 seconds left on this shift. Nick crashes into the boards behind the goalie. Gunnar Johnson comes down in. And we get the buzzer with just 8 minutes left in the third period. Drop of the puck for the midget shift out there. Jared Kinsler cranks right through everybody. Jared comes down in, kind of a mini trip, but nothing serious on that, and Jared bounces right back up again. Number 15's Adam McIntyre. Number 14 for the white team. Again, I didn't have on my list out there. I'll have to pick up sometime later if I can. Number 7, is James Ryan, and number 12, Ross the Lancet, back on defensively. Ross doing a good job. Jared in front, backhand save by Greg McLaughlin, point blank range. Guys, Greg's had some unbelievable saves. Ross drops it in. We have to call offsides here because his entire team was offsides. Ross was the only one onsides there. So as soon as they touch up, Nate Sabrin picks up the puck, our referee, and he'll actually doesn't pick it up. He's just going to kick it forward. So we had the entire white team offsides other than Ross on that. Jeff McLaughlin is out there. Vic Shappy. Looks like Vic is going to take the centering pass. Number 10 is Ren Fenner. Number 12 is Jeff McLaughlin. Ren doing a real good job out there. And looks like we got Kyle Robillard. Jared down, looking for the backhand. Kyle Robillard, number 3, breaks it up at the last second. Jared gets it right back again. Ren with it, has it, loses it, trying to get it over to Nick Merritt. Everybody battling down in there is, and finally Jeff McLaughlin comes skating out with it. Jeff, nice skating. Jeff sends it out of the zone, and they're going to have to hustle back. James Ryan, the first one on it. Jim pokes it up, dumps it all the way back down in. Ren gets to it. Ren off the boards, up to Vic Shappy. They clear it out of the zone. Oh, James Ryan and Nick Merritt just had a major collision right at the blue line there. 6:19 left. Ryan with it. Jim goes down hard. Ross the Lancet. Ross controlling right at the blue line. 11 seconds left. Shot down through. Another save by Greg. Looking for the wraparound. Greg, save, and he hangs on right at the 6-minute mark. We'll get the buzzer and a change of lines coming up. Nice wraparound attempt there, Brian. As James Ryan had a couple of shots on goal, along with Jared Kinsler, but Greg McLaughlin able to come up big each time. We'll zoom in on Greg there as he made several real nice saves. He's got to be getting close to 20 saves out there. He's been tested a lot more. Jason Smith has not had nearly as busy of a day as Greg has. And we got the older line, I guess I'll say more experienced. Nick Welsh at center, Robbie DeAngelis right wing, Danny Duncan the left wing, with Peter Weber and Derek Pitts back on defense. Coming the other direction for the green team, we got Nick Welsh, Robbie Mallinson, Gunnar Johnson, at least one Kyle, and I think that Vic Shappy is out there on this line. Yeah, Vic had that for a second. They're all tied up underneath. Kyle Bedard ends up with it. Kyle looking for someone to pass to. Gunnar Johnson's out in front. Kyle goes down hard as the puck was stolen by Bobby DeAngelis. But Tim Welsh gets it right back again. Tim dumps it down in the zone. Duncan, the first one back on it. Backhand by Danny Duncan, gets it up to the point. Gunnar Johnson keeps it in. Kyle Bedard off of Tim Welsh's skates. Tim battling with Nick Welsh, the two Welshes out there. Kyle Bedard looks for the centering pass. Kyle gets it right back again, loses to Welsh. Nick comes skating out. Robbie Mallinson tries to keep it in, and we got a breakaway. Nick Welsh, he's got two of his own skaters. Nick, shot, goes in wide behind. Duncan looking for the rebound, but it bounces all the way around to Gunnar Johnson. Gunnar cranking up, and I think they're going to wave off icing as it went right back by Peter Welsh. Peter Weber and Tim Welsh. Peter sends it up right at the blue line, kind of stays in, but Danny Duncan steals. Duncan coming back the other direction. Kyle Bedard, Robbie Mallinson back defensively. Shot down through, saved by Greg. Greg McLaughlin, I'm not sure what we're up to. We'll call it 21, just as kind of a random number now. Nice pass by around his, clearing all the way up to the center ice. Derek Pitts off the boards. Kyle Bedard comes back to Peter Weber. 4:10 left, third period. Peter's pass over to Duncan. Gunnar Johnson has it. Danny Duncan battling with him. Backhand pass. Weber sends it far side. Nick Welsh will be the first one on it. And we got to change the lines right at the 4-minute mark before any more damage can be done. 4 minutes still left in the game. Again, the white team sponsored by Cheops Construction under head coach Ken Welsh and assistant coach Jeff Smith. Jeff's son in goal, Jason Smith. The green team sponsored by Carpet King and head coach Don Johnson. And we get our little guys back out there now. For the white team, James Ryan at center. Looks like Brian Gee is at one wing, LaLancet and Bushy back on defense with number 14 also out there. Coming the other way, number 1, Nick Merritt, another one of my kamikaze kids, along with, we've got number 9 out there, Gunnar Johnson. Number 10 is Ren Fenner. Number 12, Jeff McLaughlin. And we got an offsides coming up, and the face-off will be just outside the green zone. Ren Fenner looks like he's at right wing. Robbie Mallinson is out there also, along with Gunnar Johnson. Gunner's got it. Gunnar Johnson gets around one. Still controlling. Johnson brings it down in the zone. Shot. Whoa, all the way through the crease. Robbie Mallinson comes over to help out. Mallinson goes down hard. Centering pass comes all the way back up. Johnson slap shot just wide of Jason Smith in goal. 3:16 left. Good pressure by the green team as they're trying to grab themselves a goal, but the white team clears it all the way out of the zone up to center ice. Gunnar Johnson with it. Gunnar, and I think they're going to call icing on this as he dumps it all the way down through everybody with 3 minutes left. Actually, 2:58. Ross LaLancet sends the puck over to the ref, and they're not, I don't think they really are sure what icing is, but they'll follow the ref the whole way back up since the rule here is follow the puck. If the ref takes the puck the entire length of the ice, the 10 skaters will head back up ice with him, and we'll get a new face-off. James Ryan and Robbie Mallinson is the two centers. We've got Jeff McLaughlin out there, Nick Merritt, Gunnar Johnson, and shot down through Ren Fenner. Gunnar with it, heading up ice, looking for someone to pass to, but he's going to take it himself. Gunnar Johnson trying to go end to end, broken up, backhand, dumps it all the way down in. It's still sitting out in front. Ross LaLancet, smart defensive play off the boards. He's going to try to clear it out, comes back up to the point. Gunnar keeps it in, gets it down to Jeff. Jeff goes down real hard on that. I think that one hurt as he landed right on his tailbone. But being a hockey player, he cranks right back up again. Pass number 14 does a nice job of clearing it out. I don't think it's going to be hard enough for icing. So Gunnar's going to have to retreat. 16 seconds left. Sends it up in the air, gets it to Mallinson. Robbie has it, loses it, just 8 seconds left. He's going to try to go end to end, passes it up to Jeff. Jeff, oh, and he goes down at the last minute. Brandon Bushy clears out. And shot down through, and he scores! Gunnar Johnson! Right before the buzzer. Gunnar Johnson with the assist going to Mallinson. And I should give another assist down there to Jeff McLaughlin. So with 1:56 left, Gunnar Johnson scores. The assist will give a pair of them on that to both Mallinson and Jeff McLaughlin. That makes it a little more interesting as the green team fights back to a 3-1 game now. And it's the older line out there. Anything could happen at this point. Peter Weber coming down through. Peter still has it, broken up by Kyle Robillard on a smart defensive play. Gets it over to Vic Shappy. Vic sends it up ice. And we're cranking away. Tim Welsh. Tim coming back down in. Broken up the last minute. Sitting out there in front. And they send it out of the zone. Good defensive play by Dan Duncan. Tim Welsh gets it right back again. Vic Shappy off the boards. Vic controlling. Peter Weber steals. Kyle Robillard rides him off the puck, and Kyle Bedard sends it off the boards. Bobby DeAngelis with it. Kyle gets it back. Bobby steals the puck, coming back the other way. Bobby DeAngelis, one-on-one, coming down in on Greg. DeAngelis shot, and he scores! Diving save attempt didn't work. Greg could not hold him off on that. So Robbie DeAngelis picks back up the 3-goal lead as he poked away the loose puck on that. Number 2, Robbie DeAngelis, with just 1:05 left in the third period. If there was an assist, I've forgotten who it was on that, so we'll just stick with Robbie DeAngelis with the goal. And it builds a 3-goal lead, or a 4-1 lead for the white team. Peter Weber's out there. Tim Welsh. Tim cranks away right down in again. Pass gets over. Nick Welsh has got it. Between Nick and Tim, I'm getting totally confused. Nick Welsh for the white team. Oh, the two Welshes, speaking of them, crash right into each other. They send it out. Vic Shappy has to hustle back along with Kyle Robillard. DeAngelis coming back. Two of the players go down hard. Number 6 is Vic Shappy. Number 4 is Kurt Shappy. So both Kurt and Vic are out there. I may have given credit to one when it should have gone to the other. Derek Pitts gets it over to Dan Duncan. Dan tries a shot down through. DeAngelis has it. Just 12 seconds left in the game. Derek Pitts pokes away. Vic Shappy backhand. Kyle Robillard. 3 seconds. And they finish off a super game. Both goalies, Jason Smith, a nice job, but Greg McLaughlin, a super job. They're going to come in and mug. Jason is not expecting this, as they're going to pounce on him, I think. The white team comes up with a 4-1 win as they pummel the goalie. And we've got something locked in on the buzzer right there, as it's probably frozen up. So we may have to unplug everything, but we'll get the teams as they head through. The green team, Carpet King, and the white team, Cheops Construction, as we're about to sign off from Royce Mandigo Arena following our second game of the Founders Cup. And we'll try to pick up the other teams later on in the week. Super job, both teams.